Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys. Well, RadarOnline.com came out with really interesting information and they titled it Inappropriate Adulterous Relations. Adulterous. What an interesting word to say. We're talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta former star Cynthia Bailey and her divorce from Mike Hill. But before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, one, go ahead, smash that like button. Two, hit the notification bell. And three, go over to Hot Messy Podcast and check out our new podcast interview that dropped with Aurora Copo, one of the Copo sisters. They have an amazing reality TV show out now called The Copo Sisters, and it's a must watch. I'm telling you that. So with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so RadarOnline.com came out with new information that was in the court documents, the filing of Cynthia Bailey's divorce. Now, this is what they said. I don't want to skip a beat on it or miss it, so I want to make sure that I give all of the information, especially because I've heard in the past that somebody can be a little bit Sue happy, and I'm not talking about Cynthia, but I don't know. That's all alleged. Ex-Real Housewives of Atlanta star Cynthia Bailey publicly denied that cheating played a role in her split from her ex-husband, Mike Hill, but she told a different story in court. According to court documents filed in Georgia, Cynthia Bailey said the marriage was irretrievably broken and there was no chance for a reconciliation. In addition, she said that Mike Hill had partaken in inappropriate adulterous relations. The accusation is interesting given that she said cheating didn't play a role in this. Now, she made this announcement right before BravoCon, and I saw a couple people walking up to her trying to talk to her about this, but when we were leaving Andy's Legends Ball from BravoCon and everybody was going back to the Gansevoort, I was on the Sprinter van with Cynthia, and I kept joking with her and telling her, like, listen, I'm going to find you a man in Palm Beach. We're going to shift this focus. We're going to find a new man. I got you. And I've totally failed on this, but I said that in October and it's just now December. Give me some time, and she needs some time too. So that's okay. I'm still working on this, Cynthia. In October, she told people there was no infidelity to my knowledge. Mike never had sex with another woman during our marriage. At the end of the day, it just came down to a number of things. And I respect Mike and respect our marriage too much to go into details of those things. But it was nothing scandalous. We just outgrew each other. Okay. Once we were able to be with each other on a more consistent basis and we really started to, get to know each other, we realized that we weren't as compatible as we thought. She said, so we did something about it. Simple as that. I think that she really wanted to protect Mike in the divorce filing. Obviously, in the divorce public statement, but of course, in the filing, if she's giving this information, she's still a celebrity. People are still going to pick up on this, and RadarOnline.com definitely did not skip a beat in making sure that this was front and center on their site. The two did not have joint bank accounts, nor did they file joint taxes during their 2-year marriage. They both will keep their separate property, including their own homes, and both agreed to waive their right to spousal support. According to court documents, Mike did not respond to the divorce, but signed off on the settlement. The judge finalized the case, and the two are officially single. Cynthia and Mike, we know, had a lavish wedding in 2020, and it was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I thought it was great for her because it seemed like at the time her story came full circle. We saw her get married to Peter, and then she got a divorce, and then she got married again to Mike Hill, #chill. And then it was kind of like, okay, well, the story, this is great. This is such a great way for a housewife to exit. She had her love story. But now I'm like, sign her up, get her back. Let's have her back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. By the way, I also heard Nene say that something about Cynthia, like she's not interesting to look at or something like that. And I'm like, are you joking? Cynthia Bailey is one of the most drop-dead gorgeous women I've ever met in my life. The divorce news came months after Cynthia announced that she was leaving the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she said, thank you to my Real Housewives of Atlanta castmates for 11 of the most unbelievable years of my life and the most incredible and unforgettable memories. I'm so grateful to have had this amazing journey, and I'm anxiously awaiting to embark on new adventures. I have an idea. Hear me out, guys. I like our Real Housewives of Atlanta cast. I think that they're great. Kenya, Candy, Drew Sidora, Sonia Richards-Ross. I just feel like We need, and this is sometimes unpopular opinion. We just saw Portia get married. Portia's Family Matters. That was an awful show. But I think that she was trying to take control over her family in the way that things were going to be filmed, in the way that she and Simon Gobadia were going to be portrayed. It didn't work out for her. But she does so well on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She has the best confessionals. She has the best reads. I think it's time to bring her back. And I think Cynthia and her would be great together. I also believe Cynthia was at her wedding. So why not? They have a friendship. It's not the same as when they were like attempting to do that little catfight situation on the boat. I say let's bring them back because it's one of the things that the Real Housewives of any franchise, it's where we're lacking. We're trying to bring in newbies. And I understand we just did a Salt Lake City recap with Ryan Bailey yesterday. So bad it's good with Ryan Bailey. And he was saying something to the extent of like, there are other people who are interesting. Why don't we start bringing them in? But I feel like now that the shows have been on for so many years that when we bring on new people who didn't really start with the franchises, I feel like they come on and they're putting on a show. They don't really know how to act. And they think that they have to be this character. Whereas when we started from the beginning, one of the things that was so polarizing about Nene Leakes, for example, since we're talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was so authentically herself and it played through. Bethany Frankel, Lisa Vanderpump, like these were great housewives. But now you have somebody coming on like Noella Bergner. And she was like, I was a fan of the show for 15 seasons. And I really thought I was going to like Heather Dubrow. And then all of her castmates outed her for trying to pre-produce storylines. That can't happen. My whole point is now that Cynthia Bailey is going through a divorce and she is newly single, I know that they're filming The Real Housewives of Atlanta right now, but just have her come in for some friend pickup shots. Get the fans salivating once the new season comes out and seeing her and wanting her back, maybe. And then after that, let's add her back as a full-time cast member. Or what do you guys think? I don't want to just give you this information and not ask your opinions. I'm going to post a poll in the community tab and ask you guys, should we have Cynthia Bailey rejoin the cast of The Real Housewives of Atlanta? And I want your honest opinion. So go ahead, comment below, go to the community tab, vote in the poll. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you. Don't forget to go over to Hot Messy Podcast and check out our interview with Aurora Culpo. Love you. Bye.